I'm really pleased today to get the insights of Hank Krebs on the Warrior Weekend and how we massage therapists need to participate, some of the things we might expect. I'd like to start by saying exactly what is Warriors Weekend?
Well, thank you for inviting me and the opportunity to expand on this. This is something that is just precious to my heart now. Once you're involved, you're hooked. So be warned right from the beginning that it's very addictive. Warriors Weekend is a local event sponsored by a nonprofit charity that hosts bringing in veterans from all over the United States to a weekend of relaxation, fishing, getting away from hospitals, telephones, and nurses and needles, and really just letting their hair down and being themselves. It's very, very helpful for their mental state to be able to just go out on the water and fish. And comes back, you'll see their lives and faces change dramatically over 4 hours with this. As massage therapists, we offer pain relief and relaxation to them and their families as well.
Where is this event held?
Right now it's down in Port O'Connor, which is kind of east of Seadrift, Texas, and
On the water.
Absolutely on the water, yes.
How are we massage therapists going to participate?
Massage therapists are invited in to help these guys de-stress their lives. They've recently been brought back to the United States from the war field and have been 2 years fighting sand and fleas and other things. Unbelievable to us. And our job is to relax them, relieve their pain, and minister to them physically and spiritually, and it's a blessing.
What have you experienced doing this, Hank?
Oh, it is one of the most awesome things that I've ever participated in, and it really opens your eyes to the agony that these guys have suffered. A young man came in on crutches who took his little girls down for a walk on the beach rather than taking them out fishing. And he came limping in, and I said, "Can I help you, soldier?" And he said, "I have no feeling in my foot." And I said, "Okay, well, let's try this." And after about 30 minutes, his foot became ticklish. And it was just such an awesome feeling to see the smile on his face.
It is awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
it's...
One of the things that hit me last year was this massive flow of bodies all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
And the energy of seeing all of these people, all of them calling to the healers in us.
Yes.
And I want to thank you because you reached out and allowed me to be there.
Yeah. It was an awesome privilege to speak at the conference luncheon and to invite people, and then to see the response from all over Texas, from Abilene, from Wichita Falls, from Kerrville, from Edinburgh, over 500 miles away, 24 therapists volunteering to come drive and give their time to minister to these guys. Was awesome.
What was really amazing to me was you only had like 2 weeks to get this done.
Yes. Yeah.
And I jumped in and said, "How can I help?" But you had, like, from the time I heard you, I think it was only like 2 weeks away, wasn't it?
It was exceedingly short.
Yes.
And it wasn't something that man alone could accomplish.
No
Not
question.
away. Not at all. No. God blessed it in ways that just couldn't be attributed to anything else, and we're grateful for that. Yeah, it was an awesome experience.
Well, I am privileged that you let me help.
Hey, anything that we can do to help these GIs is worth the effort.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's all about them.
I was amazed at the diversity of the injuries coming through. I don't think, it's almost like you were thrown into a MASH unit, only later in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there were burns, there were amputees, there were people who had been bomb victims, there were people with traumatic brain injuries, there were people with post-traumatic stress. Am I omitting any of the biggies? not that those are, not all just.
It's a broad spectrum that you can kind of imagine after looking at the Boston Marathon. Mm-hmm. That's the range of victims that you're going to see at this mm-hmm. event. Mm-hmm. And you will get more experience in a day and a half than you'll ever see in a lifetime of massage therapy.
And I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Do you think there's potential for us to do more outreach with the military?
When these guys go back and relate how much massage has helped them, it opens doors for us through the military. When they begin to appreciate what alternative medicine offers them, doors will be opened. We're getting more and more availability offered to us through the VA and these military hospitals to approach and to offer assistance as we go.
Hank, I know that you worked hours that no human should have been working.
Absolutely.
And I was chewing on you about that.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
This year we're going to try to get it together a little bit better.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you because you didn't ignore me. That you gave so much and others were giving so much. I'm talking about the massage therapists.
Oh, yeah.
And
awesome.
and honestly, it's a drug being there. And the kind of drug that it is there's so much gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much gratitude that you forget you need to eat, you forget you need to stop, you forget you need to breathe. You're just like,
right.
Bring me another one.
Bring
me another one.
And
it's
an elixir that keeps you going.
It does. It does.
There's no other word for it than the gratitude that these guys exhibit towards the therapist is just refreshing. Is like cocaine, I guess. Mm-hmm, you just have to have more.
Yes, you do. And we're all hooked.
We're all hooked
we're all
already,
hooked.
yeah. Once you've done it,
you're
you
coming
just
back.
you plan on being back, yeah.
Now, what do you want to do in 2014? I know that last year there were 700. You're expecting 900 this year?
It's grown by 25% each year.
Each year. So
year.
you've been involved directly with this project, not necessarily running the massage portion, for how long?
2 years. Now,
2 years.
This will be my third year. Back in 2011, I guess, the street was under construction where the field of flags was. And it had like 2,500 flags out there on this corner, 3 by 5 American flags flying out there. And it was such an awesome sight with this cross and church behind it that I wanted to take a picture. And I went out there and took some pictures of this field of flags. And I said, well, I'll just walk up and read the tag on one flag. And when I did, it was of a friend that I'd worked with. And I felt so touched, and I still am touched, that I decided that next year I would get involved. And that was too late for 2011, but in 2012 I went to the volunteer meeting and got involved in sending out 1,000 postcards. I offered that experience to them and joined the massage group. Someone else was running it and had a marvelous time doing it. And so in 2012, that came to pass and was such an awesome experience that I was hooked. 2013 rolls around and they called me up 2 weeks before the event and says, the director for the alternative health group quit. Could you get us some therapists? Yes, I'll do my best.
And he did.
And God provided in such a miraculous way that it was a joyous event that was just truly blessed. That's something else.
Well, this year,
with more than 2 weeks.
much more than 2 weeks.
Much more than 2
Thank
weeks.
you.
Amen to that. Yeah. We'll go in rested and prepared and better organized and looking forward to tripling our attendance from massage therapists and scheduling time to get into some of the events. The boat launching.
What about the one thing I really want you to talk about is the sand sculptures.
Oh, this sand sculpture is just such an awesome work. They have 4 master sand sculptors who've won numerous contests come in. One even comes from Canada. One comes from out in West Texas, and one comes from below Corpus. And our own sculptor from Victoria comes, and they hauled in 150 tons of sand, packed it, and created this awesome sculpture commemorating this event and all the different branches of service. They built a big wall where every GI's name is inscribed, depicting scenes of fishing and service. All gave some gave all. It's always inscribed on there. And it really sets a high mark. It's a tremendously honoring for these vets that they haven't received recognition for their worth from anywhere in the United States. When you talk to them, they'll tell you that they've never seen anything like this. And some of them have been back 3 and 4 times. And it's just such a tremendous opportunity for them to get refreshed and honored that they're blown away by it. They'll tell you over and over, everyone you work on will tell you, this is the greatest thing that the public has ever done for them.
I was so touched. There were people coming back to me the second day. One of them brought me the cross I'm wearing, just to say how much they appreciated the day there.
Yes.
And you allowed that to happen. So I want to thank you specifically.
It's an honor to be privileged to participate in that.
It is.
I know that that's going to be the high point in my life, is to be able to reach out and touch these guys.
Absolutely.
It starts when you head into Port O'Connor. 8 miles out, they've got flags on both sides of the road for 8 miles, every 500 feet. And you are driving down a corridor of American flags that just is a beautiful corridor of honor to these servicemen. And if your wood's not started on fire then,
you're dead wood.
You're dead. You're stoned. Yeah, absolutely. It's an awesome. Every phase of this just will churn you up and making an experience that can only be surpassed by the next year.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's an honor to serve. It actually is. Thank you so much for participating.